Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the video games we can't help returning to. However, we'll be staying away from games whose main focus is competitive multiplayer, as fans are naturally meant to keep playing.
That thing was a dragon, no doubt. Just like the children's stories and the legends.
Number 10. Grand Theft Auto 5.
I don't have the advantages that kid has. By the time I was his age, I'd already been in prison twice.
Well, it didn't release across 3 console generations for nothing. Grand Theft Auto has always been good about bringing in lots of players. But in GTA 5, Rockstar gave us so much content, we were dining out on it for literal years. Part of the game's replayability comes from how good the studio is at designing playgrounds for us to run around in. No series lets you blow off steam the way this one does. However, Rockstar also introduced us to GTA Online, lengthening the experience through all kinds of jobs and modes. Users could even craft their own missions. While some grew tired of waiting for a new installment, the game's longevity can't be denied.
And I'm guessing here that the rebuild will be somewhere in the 2.5 million range.
Of course.
Great.
Number 9. Hades.
You've really done it, Zagreus. My sisters have returned. All 3 of us now share the same assignment.
Roguelikes are built with replayability in mind, but when it comes to using that genre structure in tandem with story, few do it as well as Hades. It follows Zagreus, son of the god of the underworld, as he attempts to escape. There's a definite appeal to keep going as every death and rebirth causes both the story and character relationships to progress. There's always more lore and dialogue to uncover, as well as several romance options. However, the gameplay is so mind-numbingly good that hours can pass without you realizing. A plethora of weapons, boons, and other upgrades give each run a distinct feel. Honestly, it deserves more praise than any of its famous deities.
You'll take not one more step toward the light of day.
Number 8. Cities: Skylines. Give sim players the proper tools and they'll gladly be stuck in your game for years. Case in point, Cities: Skylines. The game emerged from the vacuum left by SimCity, letting players build, run, and improve their own civilizations. There's an absurd amount of depth here. While you may begin with only a small piece of land, the ways in which you can impact its growth can range from the subtle to the most extravagant. With so many different ways to build your city, from the area in which it starts to what buildings your citizens have access to, it's no surprise it takes up a lot of free time. Number 7. Stardew Valley. Despite new farming sims getting released every year, we always find ourselves returning to Stardew Valley. Released in 2016, positive word of mouth made it a must-play for fans of the genre. With the game's internal clock, you must spend your time and manpower wisely to make your farm the best it can be. Yet, there's so much more to it than simply growing crops and maintaining land. The titular setting is one that evolves from season to season, with different characters, crops, and other elements to experience. Procedurally generated caves add some combat flair, and there are several romance paths to go down. The game has also received many updates, including the addition of multiplayer to keep players coming back for more. Number 6. Sid Meier's Civilization 6. When it comes to designing games that suck up all your free time, Sid Meier is a god. From SimCity to The Sims, his worlds are something many of us can't refuse. Civilization 6 is no different, causing players to deliberately avoid anything else in their lives. Like its predecessor, the game tasks you with maintaining a real-world civilization and making it the most dominating power on the planet. It features a ton of locations to start with, and how exactly you become the most powerful force is entirely up to you. There are so many outcomes, so many decisions, so many possible solutions that you just can't settle for a single playthrough.
Ave viator, Augusta e Roma imperator Caesar Trajanus sum.
Number 5. RimWorld. It's one thing for a game to include procedurally generated elements, but a procedurally generated narrative? That's something else entirely. RimWorld is a futuristic sim game in which players must look after a planet's worth of citizens. You can choose from several starting planets, but everything from your character's stats to what takes place on your new home is randomized. The only other thing you're allowed to choose is your narrator. RimWorld uses 3 AI personas that are not only very different from one another, but also choose what events you'll encounter based on your playstyle and progression. With so many things randomized, it begs to be played again and again. Number 4. The Binding of Isaac. Like we said, roguelikes are designed to be replayed. In this disturbing indie darling, players take poor Isaac through monster-infested dungeons while fleeing from his mother. There's an abundance of gross creature designs to encounter, and you'll never know what's waiting in the next room. As the game found success, it received new versions and expansions, featuring a wide variety of unlockable characters, weapons, power-ups, and boss fights. It was already exceptionally fun to play, but the constant wave of content updates improved on it every single time. That, along with simple but pristine mechanics and the allure of different playthroughs, has kept the game thriving for over a decade. Number 3. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. You all should have seen this coming. Skyrim was a monumental achievement in the fantasy RPG genre when it released in 2011. So much so, in fact, that countless players have sunk hundreds of hours into it. For years, and through numerous re-releases on Bethesda's part, fans kept discovering secrets, and the many possible character builds certainly helped make new playthroughs feel fresh. However, it isn't just that Skyrim offered an engaging, densely packed open world. It's one of the most modded games in existence. Some offer minor adjustments or bug fixes, while others completely change the way you play the game. Regardless of whether you're on console or PC, there's always something new waiting in Skyrim.
No way to know if anyone else made it out alive. But this place is going to be swarming with Imperials soon enough.
Number 2. Minecraft. Simplistic in its visuals, yet expansive in its potential, few can resist the call of Minecraft. From its humble beginnings to its numerous tie-ins, hordes of players have been building, exploring, and defending their custom-built worlds for years, and we doubt its popularity will decrease anytime soon. The game's depth always seems to amaze us. You can spend weeks constructing your own utopia in between delving into caves and hunting for resources. The more talented among us have also recreated entire fictional kingdoms with nothing but what the game gives you. Of course, its popularity has led to numerous updates and expansions, all of which can make Minecraft a constant source of joy and creativity. Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Hitman series specializes in giving players multiple ways of eliminating targets. Fallout series, an engaging sci-fi world with plenty of choices and quests.
Anyway, it's a right peaceful town, and I reckon it's as fine a place to settle as any.
Vampire Survivors, an addictive roguelike bullet hell that begs to be replayed. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Baldur's Gate 3. Larian Studios managed to take the ever-changing nature of Dungeons & Dragons and put it in a video game. While Baldur's Gate 3 wasn't the first to do so, the amount of different possible playthroughs is nothing short of astounding. With 11 races and 12 classes, and more subcategories on top of that, even the character creation ensures its replayability. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are a number of companions to recruit, an insane amount of branching dialogue options, and some elements that will only appear under very specific criteria. Players have been going back over and over again just to test everything out. Larian even estimated that so many choices resulted in 17,000 variations on the game's ending. What video games do you keep going back to?
I cannot wait to hear of it. The experience of death, time after time.
Let us know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more great videos every day.